EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Commanders. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now a man in for an expanded role in 2023. It's James Cook. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. This defense for the Commanders is very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On second down, Cook. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On play action, Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Allen now looks to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To the air, Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. Inside the 20. Now he's loose at the 40. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And on a very strong gain of 24. Howell changing the play here. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 7. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
First down, Howell to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Gibson. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. But now he appears to be in some pain. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Got a man and he hits him in stride. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Robinson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Robinson again. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 7 overall. And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Howell on the QB sneak. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Howell on the QB sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they...
There he goes, right side. He's got a full head of steam on his horse. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game. Hal loses it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now this time, Allen will throw. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
21-0 our score after 1. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they go with McAllister. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Faking the handoff. Howell. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Off to the races. Moving inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
70 Rangers, 19.
2nd down, Hal back to pass. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And this returnable for Hines. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove, because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Left side, Cook. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 36-yard line. 152 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, 36 yards. And the Bills open the lead up to 34-0. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Off play action. It's Howell. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Benjamin St-Juste there on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chase Young in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd and 10, Howell. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, hold. 56. Look out.
Allen. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 23 yards on the play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the wide side with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Here's Cook again. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Third down. Here's a run by Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
At the 5-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Alert! Hey, tight. Stop.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tanner Muse with it. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. One last shot before the break. Howell. A quick throw, but incomplete. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast
Final
now to
adjustments
Orlando.
being made
That's
for
where
the
we
second
find
half.
Jonathan
Whether
Coachman
they'll amount
ready
to
with our
much in the
EA
game,
Sports
it's already
halftime
pretty
report.
well decided.
Coach.
Well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Here's Bass now to send it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47.
With a play fake, and now here's Hal to throw it.
It's complete to Robinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37th. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5.
Cowboy 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Now they go play action with Hal. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Hal throwing on 1st down here. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
And McLaurin, the motion man right.
Mustang 19. Buffalo 18.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down.
And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Connor.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And once more, Hal back to the air.
Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! From 8 yards out.
And the Commanders are able to at least get one score back.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Now Allen. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Throwing left side, it's complete. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw, it's Allen. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there. We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. On first down, Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. First down, Howell to throw. And now here's another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
They run again on first down. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Half 85, half 85.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, 69 yards.
And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either. But, boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense. Guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else. And guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Howell throwing on third down here.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
3 quarters have come and gone.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Looking to throw again.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Now he'll look to throw it.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. The extra point by Sly is up and good
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Now Allen throwing on second down.
That is complete downfield to Knox. Down the left sideline. How about this? He's to the 10.
Touchdown, Bills.
Dawson Knox.
His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Bills are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up in.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And quickly, they get to the line.
Howell out of his own end zone.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Howell.
Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. They pitch it out to Cook. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
189 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Second down, Howell now. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
And brings up 3rd down.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Hey, kill. Go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Buffalo, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they suffer defeat for the first time as they drop to 2-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.